Hello, everybody. My name is Barry John, and welcome back to Let's Play Ratchet and Clank 2. I have a person on the help desk with me today, and I will let him introduce himself.
Hi, it's the friendly neighborhood Laylight.
Unfortunately, Speedball is currently playing the Coliseum. He's grinding bolts for a new weapon and armor upgrade, so he won't be joining us right away.
And now,
Let's put on cable
Behind
news.
The Hero brings you the conclusion of our series.
How many of the people
Captain
watching this
Quark.
LP have heard
As
of
this
Cable?
airing, the fugitive superhero has been missing for almost 6 weeks. Did he die heroically?
Yeah, that's that
Was he
thing
the
you plug
victim
into
of
the
an
wall
overzealous
that you
fan?
get your television
Or
from.
is he still out there somewhere? The galaxy may never know, but stay tuned for more baseless speculation and crackpot theories on Behind the Hero.
Well, no more Quark. Good. It is almost time for RoboChef.
I don't know. I still prefer Gordon Ramsay over RoboChef.
Well, it looks like this place is full of robots. To be expected, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the classic airship level.
Yep. Nothing new here. Let me just make sure I've got my ammo. There we
We've
go.
got to be Megacorp's best customer at this point with all this money we're spending on weapons and ammo. Or at the very least, one of their, like, VIP programs, frequent shooter miles.
Hold on, let me just check here. Going right will probably take me the long way around to get to there. Going left probably get me to there. Sorry, I'm just playing Ratchet and Clank. You learn to read the maps.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's a whole bunch of far apart sections, but with this many jump pads, we'll be able to kind of follow the invisible line between them. So if this is the distribution center, we're actually breaking into a warehouse that just happens to be up in the air.
Oh, hold on, I heard something. This looks like there should be fighting going on here.
Maybe there'll be fighting going on here later.
Oh, true. But yeah, we didn't really get a floating island level in the first game, did we?
We've had a few that were effectively over, like, water or lava that had a similar effect, but it's true. Ironically, most of the bottomless pits we've run into have been indoors. Well, there were a few cliffside levels. I guess maybe those count. We haven't really had something that's, like, up in the clouds. That's kind of new for this game, I think.
Oh, hold on. Wait, nope. Do the vertical jump. There we go. Sorry, people at home. I'm just casting my eyes out because this sort of level, there's going to be a lot of, call it surprise vertical, going on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of potential for blind spots here. Fortunately, no hit scanners lurking around the corners.
No.
This is a Ratchet and Clank crate maze, not a Doom crate maze.
Actually,
Also, I appreciate at least that, like, if this is going to be this dangerous a warehouse, at least there aren't any workers around to be abused.
Yeah. I was going to say, though, like... oh, hold on. Does the crate rule apply to this sort of game?
I think the time to crate in this one is pretty low, although obviously it's a little late in the game to be, like, counting that sort of thing. I guess you could have a crate score for each level, but, you know, it's always been kind of more of a general vibe rather than, like, you're not really meant to get bogged down into the semantics as to what counts as a crate and what doesn't. But certainly in a game like this, the smashable crate shows up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I suppose it... Because I suppose in a way, like, the crate rule doesn't really matter for this type of game because the crates have a use for them. It's when the crates show up and you don't really, like, they're just there for, like, to make it as terrain or something.
Yeah, I mean, the ammo crates certainly have a tactical purpose, but the normal crates basically might as well be Mario coins. Insofar as you just collect them like pieces of candy, but also, coin guards are always active, so if you go somewhere where there's crates you haven't blown up yet, that's probably the right way to go.
And just whipping out the Sheepinator for a little bit, because the Sheepinator is always a good option.
Well, when there's ravenous beasts around, having some distractions would help. Although it looks like that one just absorbed your bouncer, so questionable value there, perhaps.
Yeah.
But honestly, this really seems like another breather level, like a step down from all those thugs we were just fighting.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
it's more so to just keep the plot going, I suppose.
I suppose in a way, beating the Thugs for Less boss represents the break between Act 2 and 3 in this game, where Act 1 ends with the Fizz Widget betrayal and the reveal of Angela.
Yeah, that's a pretty common structure. So, like, these enemies might have slightly more HP than the enemies we were fighting in, say, the desert caves, but, I guess you wouldn't really know it from, the amount of weaponry we're bringing to the fold here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Wait.
Well, it's a warehouse, you know. Now we have to have warehouse puzzles.
No. Let's be sneaky here. And go. Oh, come on. Come on, camera.
Yeah, I think it took us a while to figure out how to make a camera that works well in a situation like this, where, like, its back should be to a corner wall, but, like, sometimes you want the camera to clip into the wall and sometimes you don't.
What was it when I was playing Oni, for example? Oh, wow, that was a surprisingly large, long distance there.
Line of sight, I guess, or maybe, like, the speedrunners could probably tell us more about this, but I don't know if these, like, individual dynamo targets each have an individual max range or what.
Oh, I think I know what I did this backwards. I think what's supposed to happen is I come at this from the other side.
So you're supposed to, like, climb up that, and then do a long jump into this, and then, activate this while you're in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did a minor skip. You know, not really that harmful in the long run.
No.
But it's going to bug you if you don't fill out that part of your map, won't it?
True, but I mean, I am probably going to have to come back here anyways at some point to deal with the, all the collectathon going on, so... I will forgive myself.
Too bad we're on a mission here. We could probably make a lot of money if we steal just the right crate. We didn't really come equipped for that, though.
No. Hey, why are those sideways? Oh, point of no return.
It's true. All these crates, I haven't seen a single this end up anywhere on them.
Yeah, okay, that, unexpected, but I'll take it. Actually, oh, that's kind of neat, you know, having the crates open up, break, and then like drop their contents out.
Mildly so. I mean, I think it'd be neater if they unfolded, but that might involve, like, a few too many moving polygons or something.
Yeah, I mean, this is still a
collision to not work out so well.
Yeah, I mean, this is still a PlayStation 2 game in the end, so...
Yeah, it's easier to just have shrapnel flying around than, like, physics and slopes, which might be harder to design a level or encounter around.
Okay, hold on. Oh, whoa, no, no, no! Oh, wait,
I mean, I think that weapon can work if you can actually hit the enemy directly with it, but good luck with that. Pretty justified. Sometimes you just need a weapon that's a good panic button.
Yeah. Not my finest hour there. I'm definitely going to be picking up that... Okay. What is... Oh, I see what's going on there. I gotta move
Well,
that.
that's a good start.
No, because I gotta move that platform down to the other end and then grab the thing. But
Oh, I thought there might be something up here, but I guess not.
Yeah, because that's too
that's
tall.
gonna be... yeah.
I don't think this game has, like, a triple jump type item.
I don't think so, not that I remember.
Oh, that did swivel a little bit to pick it up. That's neat.
Oh, look, a sparking terminal. Better jam an electrical appliance in there.
Oh,
It looks like there's more sparks this time. Might be a lot more sparks than flippy terminals, but since they're all joined together like that, like all on one side, it's not so bad. You can see the sparks coming.
yeah. And that you're right. This does feel like a breather level of sorts, because I just didn't feel stressed with that one there. I looked at it and went, oh yeah, I can totally deal with this.
Yeah, they weren't even coming from multiple sides. It was just like waves of enemies from the front.
Incoming! Get down! What the?
Hello,
Ratchet and Clank.
you lucky devils.
Angela Cross.
Has just sent you a galactic greeting.
Guys, if you get this message, please meet me on my home world. Just so you know, I found my old ID badge. I'm pretty sure we can still use it to infiltrate Megacorp HQ, but you're gonna have to hurry. Before the Protopets completely overrun us! Oh, and sorry for the balloonogram. It was the only thing I could get off this
We hope you enjoyed your galactic greeting.
That Angela is quite resourceful.
Needs must.
Yeah, she thinks of everything, doesn't she?
She also appears to be in great danger.
I'm sure she can handle it.
Yeah.
I mean, we let her go on the mission alone because we trusted her, so we have to uphold that trust.
And she completed the mission that she was working on. She acquired her old ID badge. Wait. Oh!
Well, she sure did a better job than we did.
Hey! Where are
We've
you?
just been stumbling around here getting shot at.
Hold on a second. There you are.
He blended in pretty well. That was a good ambush.
Yeah. Okay, does this send me back up there? That can't be right. I'll check that in a few moments. For now, let's grind some Sheepinator XP.
I think what we really need to do is break into an office. That's where the interesting info is going to be at, right? I mean, I guess we could always check the mission log to remind ourselves what we were actually supposed to be doing here. But,
Hold on. View missions.
oh yeah, this is a different airship.
Explore the docked ships, search the distribution facility, traverse the warehouse.
Alright, so yeah, we could certainly wreak havoc by trying to blow up, like, individual ships or whatnot, but if we can mess up the manifest, if we can shut down air traffic control, that's really gonna mess everything up.
Oh, yeah. Get. Don't worry, people. I know what I'm doing when I'm grinding the, is that the right space?
Yeah, the pen is mightier than the sword, but even mightier than the pen is the requisition form.
Yeah. Uh-oh, no.
It's fine. Just being forced forward into a melee situation, that's all.
Oh, wow.
It's too bad you don't really have a weapon that causes a huge amount of knockback. That's perfect for a sky level like this one with no handrails.
Yeah, where's the... Oh my god, the OSHA violation! OSHA violation!
Yeah, there's a game like this where, like, you just need, like, a cannon that, like, actually imparts, like, explosive force rather than, like, abstract damage points. But this is really kind of like only a shooter with some minor physics involvement rather than a physics-based game per se.
Alright. Alright, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Oh, come on. Give me my... Let's do some heavy bouncering, because why not have even more explosion?
Well, I can certainly get behind the idea of just literally make the gun and the projectiles bigger. Wow, you really are earning the XP like candy at this point in the game, like potato chips.
2, 3, hold on. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I've got 40 health now.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had 40 health and armor.
True. Yeah, I can afford the armor now.
Well, that's pretty good. I think that's more or less the expected flow of this kind of thing, is if you ignored the armor, at some point you'd just kind of incidentally be able to afford it.
Hold on.
Well, they certainly stand out a lot better against the sky than against the other airships, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't need the sniper rifle here. Lava gun isn't really good.
Yeah, the seeker gun might be able to kill 2 of them, maybe, if you're on point with aiming. Like, we saw earlier that the damage of that starts to fall off against these guys, but it can still do some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. They're helping out.
Yep. I mean, they're a damage multiplier. They're not really, you know, meant to replace.
Death by 1,000
son of a...
is still death. Oh, oops.
Oops. Deep breaths. Alright. I want... Oop, hold on. Activate Fender. Let's just...
Yeah, you can easily afford it at this point.
Hey.
Still have plenty of buffer left over for that 100k. Yeah, it seems like as long as you keep their distance, that doesn't seem to activate their flanking behavior, so then they just stay still and wait for your projectiles to go to them.
Which I suppose is a good enemy design in general. Being able, basically, you know, controlling the enemy's positioning so that the player can interact with them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty smart to encourage you to use up your limited selection of long-range powerful weapons to contrast with your short-range powerful weapons that are a little bit harder to use on them. So if you narrow the, roles of weapons that are good at fighting them, then ammo capacity becomes relevant again, even when you have a larger inventory of guns.
Which I suppose is a good example of, good weapon game design in the first place. You know what? I don't feel like being nice.
There we go.
You! Oh, you're not showing me red.
Their hitbox might be, their legs rather than their necks or their heads.
Or I might just not have been properly around.
Oh, well, yeah, you knocked that guy off the ledge. It didn't actually, looks like they have, 3 separate armor sections, one for their body and one for each of the heads, so they don't die from a single shot, but they sure do get knocked back.
Yeah. That jumping was a little more awkward than it should have been.
I think it's those downhill jumps. They're deceptive.
Yeah. I mean, at least
Same reason walking downstairs is dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, at least Ratchet's shadow works out well enough.
Yeah, when you're going uphill, you have a lot more confidence that I should just jump, or double jump in this case, to, the maximum jump length, and it'll measure out properly. But when you're downhill, that becomes a lot more ambiguous.
I am very glad for Super Mario 64 teaching that to a lot of people.
Well, and also just grappling on ledges becoming a constant feature of the 3D platformers to give you that extra little bit of length.
Okay, you're caught on other...
when you transform to bigger enemies, you don't get a bigger sheep.
What was it? One of the Final Fantasies lets you have, the fat chocobo as an option.
Oh.
Oh. Right. I want Killnoids and the gun.
Yeah, that seemed to work out pretty well last time. Yeah, as long as they don't move, then eventually the Seekers make their way over there and you get them. It's just when you get, right up to the ledge that they start getting squirrely on you.
Yeah. And, of course, trying to dodge their shots as well, because I'm down to a 1.5 of health.
Yeah, it looks like the camera is making it pretty hard to strafe sideways the way you'd like, and that is it doesn't look that small of a platform, but it actually kind of is. There's not that much room for you to go in a particular direction for a long time.
Oh, get... Son of a... That's annoying.
Yeah, the camera is just not your friend in this level, it seems. I mean, at least you can wrangle with it a little bit. I don't think they've done that thing where they lock the camera angle for quite a while, but obviously, the less you have to micromanage the camera, the more room you have to actually fight.
Yeah, so this does bring
that
me...
looks like that's just, back to your ship.
Which, you know what, I've got 100 grand, I'm just gonna run to the nearest armor vendor.
I guess that's fair. I mean, it's not like we're on a time limit, after all. I sure don't see a clock on screen.
There we go. Blast off. I find the placement of the armor dispensers in this game a little interesting, but then again, this is the sort of game where backtracking is kind of the norm because you're going to deal with things.
Yeah, I guess because they're, the armor vendors are both larger and a different color and rare, I guess they wanted to make them feel special, you've made it to a real big checkpoint in the story that you've actually managed to find one of those things. And it certainly makes, it aligns with the whole, new armor only becomes available at a certain point in the story, too.
Yeah. There we go. There's Ratchet's new digs. Nice glowy orange.
So, yeah, technically we could have skipped over that, but, you know, it'll keep us safe for long enough to get to 250k. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And again, each extra point of health we get makes the armor more effective, too. It's all multiplicative.
Because going from 33% to 50%, I mean, yeah, it's 1/6 of a difference, but... Oh. So, should we continue on the
I'm surprised
district?
that unlocked.
Yeah, because
you were doing pretty good on Smolg. Like, being able to take 1 or 2 more hits, you'll probably make it.
Yeah.
Besides, you might be able to find a red stapler in the office. They don't make them like that anymore.
No, they don't. I think they only made them because of the office. Alright. Get.
I'm actually impressed it gave it to you. That's actually really progressive, letting you hang on to, like, a level object like that and not just, like, geometry. That's very nice of them.
Oh, so you just spawn in from that spot. Okay, that's interesting.
Darn teleporting villains. Yeah, that's how you know you're dealing with a villain. They can fly and they can teleport. Very villainous powers to have. When was the last time you saw a hero that could fly and teleport?
Hero that can fly is Superman.
Sure. And I guess he can fly so fast that it's lightning to teleport. Although he can't exactly teleport inside a closed building. He's usually pretty polite about that kind of thing.
Alright, I'm gonna hit... Come on, let me lob that. Oh, come on! I wanted to lob that up over the top.
I think that could have worked, maybe if you, like, double jumped and then did it, but, that's not really what this weapon does most of the time.
No.
It's more for falling down. Yeah, I think that, bouncer is a pretty good weapon for shooting fish in a barrel, but you already have plenty of options for that. That's pretty good for the missile launcher, though. Yeah, arguably you might be better toughing it out on those melee enemies and using some other gun on them than saving the missile launcher for the sniper, like the roving hover bots. But you'll probably be fine either way.
At least I don't have to go through the lock puzzle again. Wow. Stop.
Yeah, these things do seem to actually counterattack when they take damage, and that's like a lunge forward, so they do seem pretty adept in, like, surviving your fire and advancing forward into you and attacking to make you give up ground. So I guess the strategy for them is to just try and advance into their ground first, attack them, and that way you have space to back up in later while they're dying. Like, they're strong, but they're not smart. I mean, long segments like this can be annoying, but the nice thing about them is that, like, now that you have this much health and this much armor, like, there are so many opportunities where if you do one segment of the whole thing more cleanly, you get more health for later, and that can be enough to make it through the whole thing.
Come on. Die. Oh, wow, that was a nice time.
Yeah, I'll say.
Oh, for...
The one thing that health and armor can't help you with at all.
No, not at all. I think I'm going to pause it here and we'll pick up on the next video, everybody. I will see you all next time.
Take care.
And stop.